don't know what the Raiders are doing. Jimmy Garoppolo did get hurt again. Jacksonville beat Indianapolis 37-20. Sauce Gardner was out. What's up, y'all? We're back with another episode of Charged Up Pod Sports. This is episode 4. Oh man, it's been 4 episodes already. I'm grinding. But welcome. It is week 6 in NFL. Preseason still going on in the NBA. The playoffs have started in the MLB. There's just an upset. Sorry, Atlanta Braves and the Dodgers. But we're going to get into these scores from yesterday, see if my predictions were right. There were a couple upsets yesterday. Both of the undefeated teams went down. So we're going to get into it. Without further ado, we're going to start the first game. First game was Atlanta and Washington. I chose Atlanta to win that game, depending on how Sam Howell was doing. Sam Howell did perform well for the standards of that game. He had 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. Desmond Ridder has answered the call to being the guy for Atlanta. I think he can be the guy for that team as far as right now. I don't know about long term, but right now, I think he can put them in position to do something. He had Desmond Ridder finished with 307 yards, 2 touchdowns. Final score was 24-16. Washington is trying to get back up in that division. Hopefully they do get up there. Hopefully we help them tonight. The Chargers playing the Cowboys tonight, Monday night. So we're going to see how that go. But I did miss that pick. I picked Atlanta to win that game, and I was wrong with that one. The next game, Minnesota and Chicago. I was wrong on that one too. I think everybody chose Chicago to beat Minnesota. But it is what it is. You know, Justin Fields did get hurt. That was probably a big part of why Chicago lost. Minnesota won the game. It was 19-13. Kirk Cousins had 181 yards passing. He threw a touchdown. Without his top target, Justin Jefferson, out there, he looks totally different. I kind of didn't expect that game to go like that, but I knew it was gonna be a terrible game though. So didn't expect too much from that game. Kirk Cousins he also said that he would not waive his right to be traded. So that means he's going to remain with the Vikings at least throughout this year. They probably can find a trade partner after the season, but I don't know if his contract is up or not. I need to look into that. But yeah, so Minnesota beat Chicago, the battle of the terrible teams. Move on to the next game. Indianapolis lost to Jacksonville. I chose Jacksonville to win. This is my first one I got right. Jacksonville beat Indianapolis 37-20. Gardner Minshew did well like I expected. Threw 329 yards and a touchdown. He did throw 3 picks though. Trevor Lawrence threw 181 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jacksonville offense is rolling. Trevor Lawrence did get hurt. He went out with a knee injury. I don't know how severe it is yet as of recording of this video. Yeah, I don't know how Jacksonville's going to look with Trevor out if he misses any time. So we'll go check that later. But next we got Carolina losing to Miami. Carolina actually caught an early lead on Miami. It was up 14-0, I believe, and the final score of the game was 42-21. Bryce Young did look better. Like I said, he would. He does better every week, which is all they need. They just need him to get better every week and continue to grow as a pro and learning the game, learning the speed of the game and adjusting. And I believe he will do that well. But he threw 217 yards, 1 touchdown. Tua threw 262 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill did Tyreek Hill things. You know, we expected Tyreek Hill to do what he did. That's Tyreek Hill. Just the cheetah. Shout out to him. I did expect that blowout to be there. I did choose Miami to blow them out. I said they would put up 40. I said it was going to be 40-7. It was 42-21. So that's was surprising. Honestly, I believe the best game yesterday was, from what I watched, the best game was the Giants and Buffalo. I did not expect the Giants to compete the way they did, unless Buffalo is just that bad. I did choose Buffalo to win. I actually chose them to blow them out, but they ended up winning 14-9. Josh Allen did not look like Josh Allen. He threw for 169 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyrod Taylor is a pro, like legit. Tyrod Taylor is that guy. I believe right now, well, I'm based off one game, but then one game, Tyrod Taylor in the offense looked better than Daniel Jones has all season. Tyrod Taylor threw 200 yards. He didn't throw a touchdown, but Saquon Barkley picked it up. They was moving the ball. They was moving the ball downfield. I like the way the Giants offense looked with Tyrod Taylor as starter. And Josh Allen just does Josh Allen things with the Buffalo. They when they're hot, they're hot. When they're cold, they're cold. The next game was Cincinnati and Seattle. Seattle did lose to Cincinnati 17-13. Joe Burrow started to look like Joe Burrow again. He's heating up. The injuries starting to wear off, I believe. He ended up with 185 yards, 2 touchdowns. Geno Smith performed well, 323 yards. He didn't throw a touchdown. That was a pretty stout defensive game with Cincinnati, what they did to keep them guys out the end zone all day pretty much. So yeah, the Bengals have won 2 in a row. This might be the time of the year where they start to heat up, and we'll go see. Next, we got New Orleans and Houston. Houston ended up beating New Orleans. It was 20-13. C.J. Stroud finally threw his first interception. He's the furthest any rookie has gone without throwing an interception. I believe he was creeping up on Aaron Rodgers' record without throwing an interception, most consecutive passes. He ended up with 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr had threw 353 yards and 1 touchdown. So I had that pick correct. I also chose Cincinnati. I also chose Buffalo. I got those 3 right. But I chose Houston to beat New Orleans. And did I choose Houston to beat New Orleans? We'll check it out. But I kind of expected to what Houston to do what they did yesterday, but that team is surprising me. They're 3-3 now, so this year is gonna be pretty, funny to see how it goes with them, because with Houston being 3-3, Jacksonville being 4-2, Titans is not being impressive at all. That let me down, and Indianapolis might fall off because they're talking about Anthony Richardson might be out for the season. And depending on how long Trevor Lawrence is out, that Houston might take that division. They have a possibility, they have a chance. So we're gonna see. I like what D'Amico Ryans is doing with that team in Houston. They're performing well. Them guys are going out there playing hard, playing great football. I just didn't expect that offense to be doing what they're doing, so that's surprising to me. Next we got Philly. Philly finally losing. Philly lost to the Jets. I don't know what's going on with Jalen Hurts. This year he doesn't look like the Jalen Hurts from last year. He's performing well, but he just doesn't look like the MVP caliber player from last year. So that's pretty surprising to me, watching how he's playing. They had some big plays they left out in the field. The Jets finally pulled it off, got the big win they needed. They got back up to 3-3. Zach Wilson did not turn the ball over yesterday. Sauce Gardner was out. So, yeah, with that team, they might make some noise from here on out, here and there. I wouldn't say consistently. But I did see Philly losing. So one of the undefeated is down. The other undefeated team that went down was the San Francisco 49ers, and I called it. I said that Cleveland would beat San Francisco. I said the score would be 17-14, but instead the score was 19-17. Cleveland's defense they did win. San Francisco kicker did miss at the last second. But the thing about that team, though, I knew that defense was going to do what they did to San Francisco as far as keeping the score low. And anytime it's a low-scoring game, your team has a chance to win. Especially when the defense is playing like that, guys are performing like they did, you have a chance. So that's what Cleveland did yesterday. Even with Deshaun Watson out, they definitely got the most out of P.J. Walker. He had threw 190 yards, and Brock Purdy threw 125 yards and a touchdown. This is Brock Purdy's first loss in the regular season in his career. He won 10 straight, and this is the one for him. But the 49ers they'll pick it back up easy. That was just a tough loss. They should have won at the last second, but the kicker just choked it up. But that was a pretty good game. I like the way Cleveland played them. But tonight, the Dallas Cowboys travel to Los Angeles to play my Los Angeles Superchargers. They play us tonight. I believe it's going to be a great game. Dallas is terrible on the road. I got us winning big because we remember the last time they beat us last season. It was 17-14. They beat us at the last second on a walk-off field goal. It's not going to be close this time. And Trayvon Diggs is out. They had the 30th ranked passing defense since Trayvon's been out. And Justin Herbert is pissed. He should be pissed. Every game we've had this season has been a one-score game. We cannot continue doing that. I believe that we'll figure it out. We'll get right, and I need us to go out there and perform well. We need to make Dak turn the ball over. We do that, we win. The Chargers, this is going to be a statement win for us. It has to be a statement win for us. We win this game. We go out and play Kansas City next week. If we beat Kansas City, we'll be at the top of our division, So our schedule is pretty tough upcoming, after this bye week we just had. We got Dallas this week. Then we got Chiefs next week. Then we got the Bears the week after that. Then we have the Lions. Oh, my gosh. We got the Detroit Lions. It's a tough schedule for us. So I'm ready to see how we're going to go perform and beat Dallas tonight. Starting with Dallas tonight, we got to go out there and do our thing. So I'm gonna check back in with y'all and see how. Baltimore playing Tennessee. Baltimore ended up with the win. It was 24-16. I chose Baltimore to beat Tennessee. Lamar Jackson threw for 223 yards. Derrick Henry ran for 97 yards. I think Derrick Henry had like 79, 80 yards in the first half, and ended up with 92. What are they doing? They made some mistakes in the game as far as the whole team. Tennessee did. I think this will be the year that Tennessee breaks that team up. They will part ways with Derrick Henry after the season. They only signed DeAndre Hopkins for a one-year deal. I believe this will be the year they finally they finally part ways with Ryan Tannehill. Tannehill is an okay quarterback, but he's not the guy that's just going to take you to a promised land, which is the championship. And I believe this will be the year that they part ways with him. The Titans is just not it, I would not be surprised to see them tank. If they make some changes early in the season as far as getting rid of Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins, I can see that happening. I just don't see them making any noise. That team is not a well-built team anymore. Their best chance was 2 years ago when they went to the AFC Championship and they were up and stopped running the ball to the Chiefs. So that was a year that Patrick Mahomes is on a different thing. But that Baltimore game, Baltimore has some problems they got to figure out, some kinks they got to figure out. But I still believe they will win that division. Next we got the Patriots losing to the Raiders. The Raiders beat the Patriots 17-21. Mac Jones did bounce back. He had 200 yards passing. Their offense looked like something a little bit this week. Kendrick Bourne had 10 catches, 100, or not 100, but 10 catches for 89 yards. That's life. Josh Jacobs ran for 77 yards. That was just it was a game I expected to be, pedestrian, and guys not really doing much. New England definitely needs to tank and go get Marvin Harrison, give Mac Jones a playmaker. I don't know what the Raiders are doing. Jimmy Garoppolo did get hurt again. He hurt his back, I believe. And Brian Hoyer stepped in. It's funny that both of the quarterbacks that played for New England played for New England in that one game. But and they beat New England. But I think that New England needs to go ahead and just tank, save Mac Jones, and give him a fair shot. They haven't been giving quarterbacks a fair shot since Tom Brady left. You got the Rams beating the Cardinals. Oh yeah, I said the Raiders would beat the Patriots, but not to the Patriots to beat the Raiders. I was wrong on that one. But they got the Rams playing the Cardinals. The Rams ended up winning. It was 26-9. I had that correct. I chose that pick correctly. Josh Dobbs threw for 235 yards. Cooper Kupp. It doesn't look like this man was hurt. This man he had caught 148 yards yesterday. Kieran Williams ran for 158 yards. Like the Rams actually look better. I thought the Rams are gonna be at the bottom of the league. And they are competing hard. The Rams are definitely one of those teams that are like the dark horse. I believe they will replace the Seahawks from last year if they make the playoffs. So I believe it's going to come down to the Seahawks and the Rams for that last spot in the NFC. Those guys are completing their tails off, and that's pretty cool. I like that. Next, we got the Detroit Lions beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is the first time that Detroit has been 5-1 since 2011. This is their best record since 2011 to the first 6 games. Tampa Bay suffered a second loss. Detroit is legit. I think they're 5-1 now. This Detroit team is a force to be reckoned with. It's a young talent. The guys are hungry. Those guys are tough, and them guys are physical. The final score was 20-6. Jared Goff passed for 353 yards. Neither team ran the ball as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown ran for 124 yards. He caught 124 receiving yards. I think this is his first game back, coming off an injury. He looked well. He looked great yesterday playing. Tampa Bay just couldn't score. They couldn't get in.
Fire Brandon Staley. No, seriously, fire Brandon Staley. He got to go. We can't have this going for it on 4th down. We could have kicked the field goal, got them 3 points. We ended up losing by 3 points. I don't know how many one-score games we're going to lose. Every game this year has been a one-score game. Whether we won or lost, it's been one score. Brandon Staley, you got to go. I like the riskiness sometimes, but you can't do it every single time. So, Brody, peace out. Get out of Los Angeles. You got to go. You are ruining Justin Herbert's chances of winning anything. The play calling is horrible. You're a defensive-minded coach. You're not getting us any stops when we need them. You're not doing any of us justice. Just resign, man. Just resign. We not gonna fault you for it. You suck. You gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go, man. I can't take it. I can't take it. I speak for all Chargers fans. We can't take it. We cannot take it, Brandon Staley. You gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.